Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for joining me. My name is Stewart, and I'm the owner of the Stew Project, where I help busy professionals maximize their living potential by simply taking an emphasis on wellness. Okay, so I was inspired to start doing these Pilates-based workouts because I've been getting such good feedback from my Pilates classes at the gym that I work at. So moving forward, I'm going to start incorporating some Pilates-based workouts into my channel content so I can start creating workouts for my gym members to utilize when they are unable to come to my classes. A couple of benefits of Pilates that the members alone have said as a result of coming to my Pilates class is that they have better posture. It's easy for them to commute and to go up and down stairs. They have less joint pains. Their inflammation has gone down. And they always seem to feel better at the end of each class. And they often say that it feels like that they haven't done a workout, even though it felt like that they were dying during the movement. So without further ado, let's get started. One thing I want us to work on, or one thing I want us to understand first, is just what exactly neutral spine is. So if you can see, hopefully my editing, I can zoom it in so you can see, like right now, I can put my hand under my back. And ideally, we have a natural curve in our spine, but for the sake of Pilates, we do not want this. So we're going to try to find neutral spine. And neutral spine is not when you place your lower back all the way to the mat, that is all the way tucked under. And so right now, if you think of your hips as a bowl and your hip bones are the edge of the bowl will be facing upward. But if you arch your back all the way so that you see all that space, see, I can put my entire arm underneath my back now. So that's heavily arched. So with this, now the bowl is facing forward. What we want neutral spine. So we want so that the bowl is facing straight up towards the ceiling. And so that is halfway between the bowl going forward and facing you. So during the movement, once you find your neutral spine, it is important to activate those abs and hold this position throughout, because when you're moving those legs, your lower back may want to rock or arch to get you through the movement. But in order to improve your posture, improve your pelvic health, it is important to activate those deep abdominal muscles as well as those transverse abdominals and obliques and hold them in the same position. So after you find that neutral spine, now we're going to work on our breath. And so with our breath, you are always supposed to inhale in on the prep and exhale on the effort. So in this particular example, putting my legs up to tabletop position. And this is tabletop position. Notice how my knees are in line with my hips. Ideally, you can have your ankles above your knees, or you can have it right in line. So you can do it if you want it easier, have it above. If you want it harder, have it out. If you want it even harder, have it straight out. This is a little bit easier. So the levels will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice how when I was moving throughout each movement, I was not arching my back or moving forward. So when you are moving through your movement, going back to the breath, it is important to inhale in and exhale on the effort. So, and you'll probably have to do multiple breaths, but I know it can be kind of hard when you're first learning to focus on that breath, and you're like, do I inhale now, exhale? So ideally, if you're not sure, just focus on getting the movement and the cues right. And so once that is correct, then you move into the breathing. And so the inhale in, exhale lift, inhale in, exhale lower. And so sometimes some things may require a long breath. So and it's important to inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. And during Pilates, you practice what we call diaphragmatic breathing. And a good way to test this is to put those knees up to your chest and wrap your arms around your chest. And so when you breathe here, you'll feel that chest expand and it'll push those knees away. Now, if you need to, you can pull those knees a little bit closer so you can feel it. But when you inhale, feel the chest expand, and when you exhale, feel the rib cage shrink down. So the importance of breathing, of the breath, is great because not only is it helping you fuel the movement, but it is allowing you to breathe fresh oxygen into your body, into your bloodstream. And so when we're living a stressful life or we're hustling and bustling, it's very easy for us to have shallow breathing. So you're not really doing that deep breath. You know how they breathe in those medication commercials when they are running through the field of flowers, even though they have allergies and all this and that. So it's important to understand that to have that deep breath to cleanse your body, your internal body, as well as fueling your movement. So, all right, so that is pretty much it. Some other tips when it comes to Pilates. I just want to make sure that when you're doing movements, so whether you are in tabletop position, it's all about alignment. So you want to make sure that, notice how my back has the natural spine. You once again find that neutral spine. You can arch and tuck, do the cat-cow, and then you find that happy medium, and then you hold it in that neutral spine position. So when you move through that movement, you're trying to hold it. And the importance of this, not only does it build core stability, but it helps provide more resistance when you're going through these movements. Because before, when you're letting that hip lift in the movement, you don't really feel it in your hamstrings and glutes like you should. But when you have the posture in place, it's easy to activate the right muscles, and so you can do the movement with less reps, but you still feel the movement work just as much as if you did a whole bunch of movement. Now, also when it comes to side exercises, so when you do side bends, I know during my Pilates sequence I will be doing side bends and whatnot. You can do certain movements depending on your level. So beginner level, you can be all the way up, or you can be on your elbow. Regardless, you want to make sure that your shoulders are in line with your hips and you are not sinking into that shoulder. So this shoulder stays away from that neck. Also, I want to make sure your neck is not too far forward, too far back, or hanging. You want proper alignment into your spine. So also want to make sure you don't sit into that torso. Remember, we're working the core, and so you're going to stay lifted up. Now, in these side bends, you're not only lifting the hips up, but you're pressing forward too. So it's a twofold movement. And so also you want to make sure that those feet stay tucked close to your hips. And so this helps provide proper stability. Now, for this one, you can stay on your elbow. And if you want it harder, you can do a straight leg lift and moving forward. We'll be going through different variations throughout this Pilates sequence. What else? Also, you want to make sure that when you're sitting on your tailbone, tailbone's not tucked under, and you're not rounding your shoulders. You keep it lifted up and out. So if you go in a hinge, notice how my shoulders roll back. Because a lot of times when you hinge, a lot of people want to round the shoulders forward. You lose that ab activation. So it's important to hinge and stay lifted. All right. So I hope this helps, and tune into the next video where we go into a beginner's Pilates sequence. See you there.